Hello. Today I wanted to talk about this topic about can AI substitute project management jobs? And should we even worry about that, about AI replacing our jobs and taking our work, right, which we already do? So, in general, there is a thought that uh, we should use AI where humanity is weak, and we should use humanity where humanity is strong, right? And to be honest, I completely agree with that point. I think that there are some areas where AI can be extremely helpful and can help us to, for example, to treat the diseases which we can't treat, like, for example, cancer or some diseases that require really like processing of massive amount of data. And humanity can be not very skillful at that. So I think that that can be helpful for us, right, in general. And one of these cases, I believe, could be actually project management. And I can explain why. So you see, project management occupation is rather a difficult and complicated field, right? Uh, Imagine a situation. You have multiple teams and you have multiple features, and you want to arrange them the way that your teams are used effectively and your clients receive these features. The features are delivered to them in a predictable and a very effective way, right? In order to create this effective schedule, you actually need to take into account many factors. You need to take into account team's availabilities, maybe even availability of a particular person at particular time, right? You need to make priorities for your features, right, etc., etc. So in general, you start accumulating a lot of different parameters that you need combined into a single roadmap, right? And it's not actually an easy thing to do, right? In order to do that, you actually need to create a mathematical model, right, which takes into account all the stuff, and then to create an effective algorithm that uses this model in order to create an effective schedule. And this is not an easy task, right? And the regular project manager, it could take a day or two or even a week to create this schedule of this advancement, right, of this advanced technology. So and that's why, and usually they don't have much time for that, right? So they need to talk to clients, they need to negotiate on different priorities, they need to control the team's availability and to work with teams. So they don't have much time for this kind of activities. And also, one thing to keep in mind is that these schedules can be changed really frequently, right? So it is necessary to make changes all the time. And with this mathematical model, you need to do a lot of calculations in order to account for these changes, right? So what AI can help us with, it can do that work of calculations for us. It's very complicated. Nobody likes to do this, to be honest. I never met any project manager who likes to sit and calculate the numbers, right? So this is where I think AI can be extremely helpful, and where we can use all this power to simplify this process for us. Whereas actual project managers can focus just on talking with clients and talking with teams, right? Like create more like a team atmosphere and more like a human to human interaction. And all of this hard work with calculations, just leave it to AI and to computers.